Hello everybody and welcome to this meeting. I thought we'd have just a quick informal meeting about the Pronto calendar, the training that we're going to be undertaking. I sent you through an email yesterday regarding the Pronto training calendar. I just thought I'd quickly run through with you guys to give you a clearer picture of what's expected in the coming weeks. And this is a good time to ask any questions that you might have in the lead up to the training sessions which start this week on Wednesday. So the meeting participants here today is myself. I'll be chairing this meeting and I'll also be taking a few notes. Hasina is here, Hayden and Natasha, who are all participants. The date is Tuesday the 7th of January. And the time is 10:30. Okay, so we're in the conference room here at the Hillcrest branch, which we'll be doing all of our training in, but I'll get to that towards the end of the agenda. Okay, so the first thing on the agenda items today is the Pronto training calendar, which I sent out yesterday as a pre-reading document in the email. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly go through this with all of yous. The first event will be on this Wednesday coming, the 8th, from 10 till 12. I've spoken with Matt Bruton and he said the only person required for that in the store will be myself and him, and we're going to go around to all the printers and run through where we're going to need printers and point of sale and different bits and pieces like that with regards to all of our printing needs. So I'm thinking downstairs will just be for dispatch areas only, so we're not going to need any point of sales. What are your thoughts on this, Tash? You'll be down there for the dispatch roles, so you're happy to keep it just as dispatch and not having a point of sale?
We might need a point of sale.
We might need a point of sale. Alright. This is in the agenda item. Are you thinking this is for account customers?
Yeah.
Account customers. Alright, no problem. So, and then upstairs we're just going to have printing as we already have it with the point of sales, in 2 point of sales, and then the one up for the accounts. Okay, no problem. Alright, so basically that's all that one will be. So, so no one else will be required of that. If you do have any concerns during that time, or Matt is there, just feel free to come forward and have a speak to him about what's going on. Alright, so the next one is on this Friday, is 9 till 3, and it's Intro to Pronto. This is a staged training exercise. We've already undertaken one of these, which Tash and Hasina have partaken, so you guys will not need to come. Hayden, you'll need to come to this one. So they're roughly for 2-hour intervals, so we're looking to having it 9, 11 and 1. So you just need to put down a preference time as to when you think you'll be available. When do you think you'll be available, Hayden?
Probably the 1 o'clock one is the best one.
The 1 p.m. one?
Yeah.
Alright. What I will do is I'll leave it up to you also to go around to all the other staff and find out when their preference is to what training session. So then, because we're going to need this to be staggered, so then there's still enough people on the floor.
I'm also not here on Friday.
Okay. Which shouldn't interfere because you already did it the other.
No, but Dad will have to do it.
Dad's, yeah. So we'll just.
Someone will have to cover Dad's while he doesn't.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll leave that up to you, Hayden, if you can work out times and who's going to cover Dad's.
So,
Yeah, so
Where's
he'll
George?
have.
They should really just do the 9 o'clock training session so it's not it coincides with Hayden's.
Yeah,
George has done it.
And it also leaves at 2.
George won't.
Yeah.
George.
He
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to do the 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. George won't be here on Friday, but he has already done it. You're right. So it's just really the other staff members, Feroz, Feroz, MJ, Dale,
Feroz might be able to do the 11 o'clock one.
He'll have to do the 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Well, then we'll put Dale on a separate one, probably the 11 o'clock one then,
No, because someone needs to be downstairs.
1 o'clock. You'll have to go
Will
in the
your
morning
dad be
as well.
back? Will your dad be back by then?
No.
Why, what is he doing in the morning?
Dale can't go the same time as Feroz.
Look, Dale.
Yeah, he can. No, he
Dale
can't.
can go at 11.
Yeah,
How long does
yeah,
it
he
take
can go
to-
at 11.
No, because there'll be no one downstairs.
Feroz will be.
Yeah.
From 11 to
Oh, till
1,
1.
your dad has
Oh,
to
is
go to
it 2
mosque.
hours?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So,
Well, they'll have to go together, and then Hayden, you might just have to cover downstairs.
Sure. Try and make that work.
We'll put MJ then at the 11 o'clock one. Alright. Or I can go downstairs, that won't be an issue. I'll go into the 11 o'clock one. Alright, okay.
Honestly, you might need to send Des downstairs while Feroz is in there with Dad. Because he knows all the products.
Alright, no problem. We'll get Des to go down there then. Okay, alright, now the Saturday one is Pronto training, which is mandatory for everyone except for Tash because she gave 12 months notice about this date. So this is just a standard training that's going to need to take place with regards to the point of sale, to doing up quotes, doing up customer orders, and start to really go into Pronto itself and how we navigate around that. That's a pretty straightforward one. There'll be more detail given on the day, obviously. So the Monday one, so that is for the both Saturdays that I've listed there, that it is mandatory for everyone to attend. Both Monday ones are the accounts training. So at this stage, only Hasima and I need to attend those. This is for accounts receivable and accounts payable. There is also on Monday the 20th a sales staff training from 1 till 5, which will be again a staggered training. And once we get closer to that date, we'll work out who will be going and at what times. Alright, so the next point of the agenda is the staff attendance. So we've just went through that with the calendar. It's a mandatory on the Saturday training, and then the other key dates as per the people required. Okay, so the next agenda point is the third one, which is what staff need to bring for these days. So the training manuals that I printed out prior to Christmas and then I handed out, they will need to be brought in on the day because we'll need to go through them in hard copy
Do we
and make
need
it
to read them before we take them?
No, if you want to briefly go through and see what's entailed in the manuals, it would probably be better if you did that. Then you might get a bit more of a grasp onto what's actually happening on those days. It would probably benefit, but it's not a requirement because they will run through it all. And any questions that you can think of between now and then that you might think relevant that you can ask the Pronto team. Alright. So the agenda item point 4, the locations and the other information. The location for the training will take place in this room. There will be computers.
Is that on the Saturday as well?
That will be the Saturday as well.
if we have a laptop, can we just bring that one?
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
easier.
Yeah, I'll be doing the same, but there are spare laptops that are available for people to use. And then the morning tea and lunch will be provided for both Saturdays, which is mandatory. For all the other days, that will just be standard lunch and morning tea as you would normally do if it's a general work day. But Saturday will be provided the morning tea and the lunch. So we'll probably on a Friday beforehand work out what everyone wants for that day, and then so it's all pre-organised for for when we're here.
Is it paid training the Saturday?
It is paid training, yeah. Yeah. For people not on salary. Alright, agenda item number 5 is summary. So this is basically the conclusion of this meeting. Is there any other things that people would like to address today with regards to the training calendar? No? Everything's been covered? Alright, well this is the end of the meeting. Thank you all for coming and look forward to seeing you during the week when the Pronto training has started.
So excited, guys.